13 ways to kill your Facebook gaming page just like that. You've got to avoid these mistakes. Andrew Perrin, our resident Facebook gaming experts on the screen. Perrin, there was a mistake. Let's just kick this right off here. There's something that so many streamers do that is absolutely terrible. What is it? What should they avoid?
This is my favorite because I hate it the most. It drives me crazy. But a starting soon screen. I'm sorry, Carrick's Gaming. I'm gonna make fun of you today because you're doing it, and I'm pointing to this right now on Facebook Gaming. It has the stream starting soon screen, and guess what? He's well into his stream. I'm like, oh, we're about ready to begin, and he's already in the middle of his stream. Also, we jumped in here earlier and he was smoking cigarettes on there, and we were kind of making fun of him a bit. I'm sorry, Carrick's Gaming, but don't do that anymore. In fact, we're not even looking at gameplay right now. We're looking at his Naruto desktop wallpaper. He's still trying to figure his shit out. It's a scuff stream from the get-go. Don't do what this guy is doing, guys. Don't do it.
This podcast is sponsored by Restream. Why live stream to one platform when you can simultaneously live stream to every platform to discover new audiences faster using Restream.io?
Situation, Mr. Perrin. You're streaming on Facebook Gaming like you do on a regular basis, and you get tired of playing Mobile Legends, so you switch over and, I don't know, you play Among Us like you've done in the past. How does that typically go for your stream?
I have like probably 75% less viewership. Actually, probably more like 90% less viewership overall. And I only will get like a handful of people who are just there to like play the game with me. On Facebook Gaming, anytime you swap to a different game than like what your normal one is, and by the way, this is kind of like a YouTube thing as well, it does not work out for you, and the algorithm does not like it as well. You will tank your viewership so that when you go back to your main game or whatever, you'll actually see less viewership then too, because the algorithm will see that you have done less content that gets less reach in the past or just recently, and it could knock you down a peg permanently, and you have to work really hard to gain that traction back. So don't make the mistake like I did and swap the random different games. If you're looking to do that, maybe consider doing a whole different Facebook page entirely.
That's interesting. AWOL. Moving on here. Going live with no thumbnail. Explain why this is stupid to go live without a thumbnail, first of all. But also, in the midst of that, explain the importance of actually having a thumbnail on not just Facebook Gaming, but anywhere that can allow it, where you can go live.
That makes sense. So I'm going to pull up a shot here. I'm on the screen with everybody else on Facebook Gaming. And the way that the algorithm works on YouTube and Facebook Gaming at this point is quite simple. You want to go, these platforms will give you a certain number of impressions, and those are your chances essentially to break through and to actually be noticed on their platform. And if your stream shows up in people's suggestions on the platform and they don't click, Facebook will take note of that and say, okay, that didn't work out. It maybe will serve your stream to another person. If they don't click, they'll be like, it didn't work out again, and it'll serve it to another person. And if they don't click, Facebook will stop serving your stream to people and you'll stop getting reach. And so one thing that works across YouTube and Facebook Gaming, the two platforms out there for streaming that actually have algorithms, is that the people that have ice cold killer titles and they have ice cold killer thumbnails, most importantly, are the ones that rise to the cream of the crop. Whenever you sort on Facebook Gaming streams by lowest viewers to highest, when you go to the bottom of the pile, generally speaking, the streams that have the lowest viewers have no custom thumbnails. And the streams that are at the very top of the pile usually have custom thumbnails. And it's just at the end of the day, it's a secret to success that every good creator is going to do, and bad creators that are lazy aren't going to do custom thumbnails. So don't do the stupid thing where you go cheese and hope that like whatever freeze frame is there is going to be a good thumbnail. Put more time before your stream into planning that thumbnail, creating something custom that is unique and is really going to break through. Because right now the competition has never been greater on Facebook Gaming than it is at this moment. I mean, Perrin, looking at some numbers right here, it's absolutely crazy. Break this down for us, man. These numbers are crazy in terms of competition. Looks like it doubled in the last quarter.
Wild.
Yeah. This is an insane spike, and this is actually not good for Facebook Gaming that this is happening, but we're looking at Facebook total hours streamed per quarter. This is Streamlabs Q4 2020 report with Stream Hatchet, And from Q3 2020 to Q4, we've seen the total hours streamed increase by about 7 million. In Q3, it was 7.6 million. And now in Q4, it rose to 14.5 million. That's basically doubling total hours streamed, which can mean a couple things. It can mean a lot of streamers are streaming a lot more, but more likely it means there's a lot more streamers streaming on the platform now, to a point where there's almost double the competition. And that is not good for those of you who are trying to soak up the organic traction from the Facebook algorithm, because now a lot of other people are doing that too at the same time. There's now a lot more competition. As we said, this was going to happen late last year, earlier last year, and maybe even the year before. We were talking about how it was an opportunity that you had to get in while you could, because it was going to go away. Now we're seeing it slowly go away. And at this, maybe not even slow anymore. At this point, it's going to go away very quickly. If it's doubling in competition in a single quarter, that's insane. But real quick to pair it up, the average CCV has not increased at the same rate.
And so for people that don't know what CCV is, that is the average concurrent viewers at any given time during a quarter. And so that's only increased slightly since the middle of 2020 to the end of 2020. But what we just showed you a moment ago is that the number of hours streamed doubled in just the last quarter. So competition is skyrocketing while viewership is not skyrocketing. And
Correct.
It's all a supply and demand game, right, Perrin?
You have more people vying over the same amount of pie. There's not more pie to go after. There's just a ton more people trying to go after the same single slice. So because concurrent viewership has not increased at the same rate, that's exactly right. That means that supply has greater outweighed demand at this point. The viewership on the platform has not been growing a ton, and you're gonna have to try a lot harder to stand out. Hence, doing great thumbnails and following the rest of the things on our list. What's the next stupid tip to kill your Facebook gaming page, Russ?
The next stupid thing actually goes right along with what you're saying. If you really need viewership, all you need to do is just have a really cool, chill stream, right, guys? Because everybody knows that when you see titles like, hey, this dude's just over here chilling, I need to go talk to him and watch and see what he's doing, because that happens all the time, right?
I'll take this one. So chill
Please.
streams. Nobody wants to chill with you anymore. The let's be chill and stream thing was a thing in 2011, 2012, when watching gameplay on gaming gameplay was like actually a novel thing. And actually chilling with somebody while they play a game was something that was really, really cool. And almost like there was only like 10,000 or so people doing it. Now, nobody cares how chill you are. Nobody wants to be just hanging out with you necessarily on Facebook gaming. You need to be doing something unique, something super entertaining. You're now competing against hundreds of thousands of people, and being chill is not going to help you break out versus all the other competition. If you're deciding I'm going to be chill, or I'm going to hang out, or join the community, or these kind of like very generic items that people are putting in their stream titles, guess what? You're just going to fall under the 90. You're going to fall into the 99% that are failing. There's currently 12 million streamers on all these platforms that you're competing against. And what most of these streamers are doing is just firing up their live stream and just hoping that they're going to make it. They're just hoping that somehow they're going to get discovered. And they think that just by streaming video games whenever they play them normally and hoping that people like their personality and what have you, it's going to work. You are killing your channel by doing that. I mean, here's one right here. Here's a Fortnite example. Dunk on this fool.
I knew I would find this if I went to Fortnite, and I just scrolled for 20 seconds and I found one, because for some reason people in Fortnite, they love chill streams, although really Fortnite doesn't strike me as like the chillest game out there. But anyway, they think that this is arena chill. First of all, arena doesn't sound very chill to me.
No, it sounds like people are going to kill each other.
And if you're not even going to entice me that you're going to be playing like some lo-fi hip hop or something in there, which by the way, it would probably be against copyright infringement anyway, so you probably can't. Yeah, I'm just not going to click on this. I'm not interested at all. You're not telling me any unique value about why I should click. Also, they didn't use a thumbnail. I even had this zoomed in, guys. I even had this zoomed in. I have no idea what the hell is going on. And it's kind of bad color saturation. It's like, I don't know. I literally have no idea what I'd be clicking on.
Imagine looking at that on mobile, like impossible to understand.
Yeah.
Is it chill? I mean, you're probably fighting people to the death in Fortnite. That's not chill. And we can't even tell what's going on. This person's going to be stuck in the 24 viewer zone forever, and it'll probably go down over time as Facebook's algorithm doesn't serve their stream because chill streams suck. Back to you, Ross.
So, chill streams suck, but here's another stupid thing, by the way. No planning before the stream to do something unique. Hey, well, you're kind of like this is kind of like your motto this year. You're going all in on, you have to do something unique. You can't just have a regular chill stream anymore, can you?
No, you can't. And so when I'm talking with top clients, top creators, the guys that have millions of subscribers, the folks that are really making it and really getting tens of thousands of dollars a month, in some case, hundreds of thousands per month, what they're doing is they're spending the majority of their time before they create content, planning their content beforehand. Folks like Mr. Beast, folks like those top YouTubers, some of my clients that have over 1 million subscribers, they're spending almost all of their time planning what their stream is going to be, planning what their video is going to be, planning what's coming up, and coming up with incredible ideas. That is the secret to success in 2021. We've talked about the numbers a million times, but there are 40 million people that you're competing against on YouTube in particular, right? And on Facebook, they don't actually show the number of channels anymore on the report, which is garbage.
Yeah.
But it's hundreds of thousands on Facebook Gaming that you're competing against. And so how do you get a competitive advantage in a market where people are just going live and pumping gameplay into a platform at increasing rates? The way that you get an advantage is you hit the brakes and you just take a minute and you think about what that stream is going to be. And so what you're going to want to do every week, if you're not growing, if your broadcast is not growing, if your viewers are not growing, instead of doing one of your streams each week, take one of your streams off each week and use that hour or 3 or 4 that you normally use streaming, just coming up with great titles, coming up with great thumbnails, and coming up with great concepts of unique things that you can do on your stream that no one else is doing. If you take that one stream off to do that, I can almost guarantee you that over the next few months, your viewership will increase because unique value is everything in 2021. As markets become increasingly more competitive, the competitors that do crazy stuff and wild, unique stuff always succeed. This is the way that it is in marketing across the board. This is the way it is in any competitive market. And so you used to be able to just chill and stream and grow. Not the case anymore. Planning is everything. And if you don't like planning, then just stop streaming and quit today. Because at the end of the day, you'll never make it if you don't spend way more time than you're currently spending planning your streams rather than just punching in live and hoping the algorithm just gives you success. Because that juice in the Facebook algorithm is running out. Do you have anything to add to that, Perrin?
Yeah, so don't overcomplicate it too. Like you have to plan, but very simply, I found a lot of effectiveness in just putting a lot of thought into my title, my stream title alone on Facebook. The more thought you put into, if you're going to put time in anything, I know as creators we're strapped for time sometimes. You might have a part-time or full-time job, and this is something you're trying to hustle on the side. You don't have a ton of time. If you're going to focus your energy on anything that you're planning, plan your title. Plan a really, really good title. It has the most impact on Facebook gaming, on whether someone is going to click. Make it funny. Make it have a unique value add. Like put thought, as much thought as you can into that. Second priority would be your thumbnail. So I understand you might not have all the extra time in the world. If you need to prioritize it, that's how I would do it.
Yeah, just don't do one of your streams that week and make thumbnails and titles. It's easy, Ross.
Yeah.
This is so many stupid ways to kill your Facebook gaming page, but there's so many more that people should avoid. Hit us with it.
That's right. Number 6 on our list of 13 stupid ways to kill your Facebook gaming page is just playing games and hoping that you build that community. So I think what you're trying to tell me here, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, is I can't just like tap my shoes together or click my heels together and all of a sudden I have a massive community of people who love me. Is that not how it works? It should.
I mean, there was a day and age where that did work, but
no, it doesn't work.
Not. I mean, that was like in the first days of Twitch where you could just do whatever the hell you wanted, and the novel concept is why people would watch. Now you can't.
Yeah, it's just true. Oh my gosh. All right. Almost all of my consulting clients that I do coaching with, or not almost all, like let's say 3 out of 4. One of the things they tell me in my coaching sessions that I do with them, gaming creators, is that they want to build a community. Because they want basically a lot of people are lonely and they want friends on the internet and they want recognition. I got it. I'm going to keep it real with you guys because that's what I do. Your emotional need as a human being to be recognized and to have people around you that to tell you that you're great, to tell you that you're interesting, to love you, to like your stream and to give you money, your emotional need is actually going to get in the way of you being successful making an online business. I just have to keep it real with you. You saying, I just want a community, you're basically saying, I don't think I'm good enough, is what you're saying. And I need people on the internet to make me feel better about myself. And I need you to know that it is unhealthy to put it on your community. It is unhealthy to put it on your viewers during your stream. It's unhealthy to put that on other people for you to make yourself feel okay about yourself. You need to love yourself first, and you need to not rely on things like likes and views and growth on your channel to feel okay about yourself. You guys that are saying, I just want to build a community, it's making it sound like you want to do it for other people. That's a lie, and you're lying to yourself. You're wanting to do it for yourself so you can get recognition yourself. And if you're focusing on that, going into streaming from a selfish perspective and only wanting to get something out of it, your viewers are not going to click and they're not going to stick around. And so goes back to our previous point. You should be focusing on what unique things you can provide your audience instead of thinking, how can I get recognition and love from other people so I can feel okay about myself? I just got to keep it real. At the end of the day, that's all you're saying when you want to build community. Anybody that tells me I want to build a great community, I roll my eyes and I don't want to work with them ever again, personally, because they need a lot of coaching to get their thinking up to like reality, and they're stuck in this basically delusional bubble about themselves and their page and their gaming channel. I used to be one of those delusional people 10 years ago, and I've worked with hundreds of gaming creators over the years that have told me the same thing. And as soon as they change their mindset from thinking I need recognition to feel okay about myself to how do I provide unique value to this market so I can grow my online business, those are the people, that switch in mindset, that's what triggers success. And if you can't switch over, you're not going to grow. I'm sorry. Back to you, Ross.
Yeah, I can confirm. I get over 500,000 impressions a day on my Twitter account, like 1,000 mentions and all kinds of cool likes and stuff like that. And I can confirm that life is just as shitty now as it was before I had that community. But you know what's actually not shitty? It's our giveaway that we're doing, boys. We are doing a massive giveaway, and you still all have 49 days actually to enter to win this. You're going to be getting a Rodecaster Pro production studio, a microphone, everything we're using here with the pop filter, the boom arm, the shock mount, also a Restream IO 3-month license and a TubeBuddy Legends license. And you can get all of that just by going to our website, link in the description, and signing up for a chance to win. It is an $1,100 value of professional equipment, better than most radio stations have. And I don't say that lightly. So moving on, streaming
by the way, this is the setup we're currently using. So we use Rode. We use this exact setup on the podcast you're listening to right now. And we use TubeBuddy and we use Restream. So if you guys want the pro tools that we're using, we are literally giving away all of that for free to you. Back to you, Ross.
Yep. Number 7 on our 13 stupid ways to kill your Facebook gaming page. There's a reason that we go through and talk about the top games being streamed on every platform. So number 7 is streaming games that are not in the top 25. Perrin, how can that just absolutely crush you, especially on Facebook gaming, when you're not streaming a trending game?
Yeah, so this is actually counterintuitive to what most other platforms are like. On Facebook Gaming, it's better to stream the more popular games, whereas on Twitch, you will never get any viewership because there's no algorithm. But because there's an algorithm on Facebook, streaming the popular games is where the viewership is, and so that's where you need to be. And the algorithm can help get you viewership there. If you're streaming a game that has no viewers, the algorithm isn't going to help you because there's no one to find to watch your stuff. So I tried this with Star Citizen, which was a game that's really not on Facebook Gaming at all, and I did not grow at all. I got like maybe one new person from doing it for like 2 months. It was not good. So you need to stream some of the top 20 games if you really want true growth. And like you said, the algorithm and the platform is getting more and more competitive, and the organic opportunity, which means being able to stream and just get free followers, free audience, free concurrent viewers. yeah, that opportunity is dwindling. So you need to focus on the top players, which are PUBG Mobile, Mobile Legends, Free Fire, Grand Theft Auto 5, Arena of Valor, Call of Duty Warzone, I'm not sure about Age of Empires, maybe, League of Legends,
Yes.
normal PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile, Valorant. Like, be in with these titles and optimize, have great titles, great thumbnails. You will, or very much should, see the algorithm treat you here if you're doing the strategy right. If you're wasting your time on Facebook gaming right now, and you're wasting the golden age, the new frontier of limited organic growth if you aren't going after these titles.
That makes sense. And a relevant question here in live chat from X1 on YouTube saying, so top 20 games. So if we're just liking Minecraft all day, would that do fine? Yes, Minecraft is one of the top games on Facebook gaming. That would absolutely work. And what you're going to want to do is examine the games that are on the Facebook gaming view list. We're constantly researching it ourselves. I mean, if the game doesn't at least have 1,000 concurrent viewers at any point, totally not viable. You're probably going to want it to have over 5,000, really, for it to be viable. And so you can come check back on it, and you can come take a look and see how good the concurrent viewership is over time. Something like Minecraft is going to have enough viewership to make the cut. The thing is, you need a giant pool of viewers on Facebook for Facebook to potentially send impressions to get your stream out there. That's what you're looking for, right? And so what you're doing is you're making those killer titles, those killer thumbnails, and those cool concepts for your stream, and letting Facebook just serve your stream to a large pool of people to see how many clicks you get. And if the pool of people is small, Facebook's going to send it out a handful of times. There's not going to be enough people for them to test your stream with to see if they'll click and watch. And then your stream will just kind of die and you'll plateau. I know, because I've played small games on Facebook gaming, and then I went to Call of Duty Mobile, got hundreds of concurrents. Perrin just mentioned a moment ago, he was playing a niche game, then he did Mobile Legends, then he got hundreds of concurrents. That is the shift in mindset that you have to do. Yeah, there it is. Call of Duty Mobile has 10,000 concurrent viewers right now. So 5,000 concurrent viewers or more is the threshold I personally use when I'm assessing games on here to see if they're viable from a live streaming standpoint. But there are other stupid ways to be stupid, right, Ross?
Yeah, there are so many ways that you can be stupid on Facebook gaming. Wait a minute. Hold on. We have number 8 down here is posting off-topic content on your page. Now, just wait a sec. Are you telling me that when I'm streaming Zoo Tycoon on Facebook gaming, that people do not also want me to post stuff about my political opinions? That can't be right.
Zoo Tycoon? What a drop there, Russ.
Your Mobile Legends followers, Perrin, they love to hear about your thoughts on Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders, right?
Yeah, no, they hate it. So, okay, this is another algorithm thing, and you have followers for a reason. They're there for, my followers are here for Mobile Legends. They want to watch me play Mobile Legends. If I do anything else other than this, it is less total reach overall, and the algorithm tracks this. And every time you post content that gets less reach than your average, and this is actually measured in Facebook Creator Studio, which I will bring up on the side here to show you guys. But anytime you do content that gets less than your average, Facebook will knock your average down, because this makes sense, right? You do something that gets viewership that has less than your average decreases. So that means your total reach decreases as well. You hurt yourself by going off topic, by doing other topics that aren't relevant to Mobile Legends. So I streamed Valheim last night, had 5% of my total viewership. I'll test this theory again just for the sake of it today, but I guarantee you my total Mobile Legends viewership will be a lot lower tonight than what it was in the past weeks, because I streamed something that did not get nearly the reach that Facebook is used to seeing me do there. Let me see if I can actually pull this up here.
While you're trying to pull that up, let me just add a note here. One thing we've talked about in the past, and that we, folks should take note of, you should potentially look at, if you're going to be covering a multitude of games on Facebook gaming, creating a different page for each game that you're covering. Not joking. If you're covering one mega title, let's say Call of Duty Mobile, and you want to cover a completely different one, let's say Minecraft, you probably want to consider making, 2 separate Facebook gaming pages, one for each game, because of how the algorithm works. And as your average viewership goes down every time you stream, it crushes your entire channel, as Perrin has showed so many times with his numbers when he shared the way the algorithm works. And especially if the audiences are vastly different for two different games that you're covering on Facebook Gaming, streaming even just 2 games on your page will crush both of them down, because Facebook will serve to your followers. They won't click on game 1. Then later on, when you go to game 2, something that follower might have actually liked, well, the algorithm knows that they're not as engaged with your page anymore, and so you're going to get less viewership there. And then the next stream you're going to do is going to get less viewership, then less viewership, then less viewership. And by doing 2 games, those 2 games are actually smashing each other and crushing each other down in terms of your numbers and your traction. Anything to add to that, Perrin, before we move on to the next dumbass thing you can do?
Yeah, real quickly, I just want to show you guys what this looks like if you're in your content library on posts. Now you have to scroll right to find this. So you have to scroll this way on the page. But in Facebook Creator Studio, under your content library posts, there's a distribution section. This means that there's a specific spot in the algorithm that looks at distribution numbers. And so you can see I was minus 8.7 times lower on my last test. I did this purposely kind of for this episode so we could talk about it. And if you hover over the information, it says minus 8.7 times lower than your other posts within 15 hours of publishing, 13.6 times less 1-minute video views, 7.3 times less comments. It's actually showing you the categories that you did worse on and how it's going to de-rank you now in the algorithm because of the specific areas that you were less than average on, right? So you need to make sure that
Real quick, I'd like to say thank you to Facebook for giving that insight. Like so many other platforms hide the reasons why you're not getting distribution. Facebook just puts it right in front of your face right here. Like, look, they're like, look, we tried serving your content. It got less traction. And here's exactly what less traction it got. And so that's why we didn't serve it to as many people. It's very transparent. This is one of my favorite things about Facebook Gaming is the platform actually tells you why your stream is failing. So listen to the numbers, guys, for real.
Yeah, go back and study these and see if you're wondering why your viewership has decreased or why so many less people showed up to your stream. Go take a look at your numbers here. Go look at what your average is. If you just hit a bunch of streams that were going below average, your average is being knocked down quite a bit, and so you're going to need to find a way to bring that back up. And
I love an idea that's being brought up here in chat by Del Sol on YouTube saying, I'm going to create a Facebook page called Mando Warzone where I wear a Mandalorian mask while playing. Go do it.
That's awesome,
good.
actually.
That's
really
awesome.
Cool.
And like people, that's unique, right? So you're already taking some of the advice that we're giving in this episode. Stupid people do chill streams where they just play a game. Smart people do stuff like that where they put on a costume, they do something unique, and they're trying to break out. Already taking the advice from this episode. Back to you, Ross.
Yes, this is the way. Number 9 on our 13 stupid ways to kill your Facebook page, putting mature themes in your titles and thumbnails. And I'm not going to say what I almost said instead of titles.
Boobies. So before the stream, we were looking through Mobile Legends listings and stuff like that on Facebook, and I'm sure we could probably find some. Oh, there's one. If you go up there, you just missed
there's lots.
There's some bobs. So, you know, obviously, if you put mature themes in your content, it's not just nudity though. So a lot of people think nudity is what's going to get you triggered. It's not just bobs and vagina, guys. It's also smoking cigarettes. It's alcohol. It's gambling. It's extreme violence as well. Think as an advertiser. Think like the test I like to put against content is like this. Would a brand like Coca-Cola, would a brand like Nike, you know, one of these like really big legacy brands that are very, very careful, would a brand like Disney even advertise their ads, their banner ads next to your live stream? Oh my gosh, there's a there you go, there's an example. Yeah, would they put their ads next to your stream? If the answer is definitely no, don't do whatever you're doing in your stream. If the answer is maybe try tuning it down a little bit and toning it down a little bit. Facebook is a platform that has everybody on it, from your grandma to your cousin to your nephew, kids, adults, everybody. And the more family friendly you can be, the less you can put mature themes in your content, the higher probability is that Facebook can serve your stream to more people in the algorithm. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's clear what this stream is all about, right? And this particular stream, maybe right now they're getting impressions and they're getting served in the algorithm. But I can tell you from experience on YouTube and Twitch and other platforms, they will start to be able to detect those things right there that you see right there. The algorithm will actually be able to detect those. And Facebook has a very sophisticated image recognition software and AI that can recognize items like these items right here. And soon, this is a prediction. It's not a very wild prediction. I'm sure Perrin, who's doing advertising on his platform every day, will know this. Soon, it will be able to detect things like this, and it will not put things like that into impressions. It will not distribute content that has things like that on it, and you'll just be crushed instantly if you're doing stuff like that on your streams. And if you're putting mature themes in your streams, detecting cigarettes, detecting alcoholic beverages, like stuff like that in images. It's not hard for AI to pick the stuff out. So don't get in the habit of using this type of stuff to get views, because it's going to kill you. Anything else you want to add to that, Mr. Perrin?
I just want to say that her background is actually phenomenal on the stream. Like she should show the background more. I actually have no issue with cleavage being shown, and it doesn't look like that's going to be an issue being on Facebook Gaming. I think that's going to be totally viable. Anything more than that, though, will be questionable. Go through Facebook's community standards. They actually have them spelled out very, very clearly, and they will enforce them pretty robustly. Like I use the words dive bar in an ad for one of my clients. Boom, done. Like removed. Even though it wasn't promoting the sale of alcohol or anything like that, if it even comes close, they will just remove it, and you'll have to go try to appeal the piece of content. That stuff will be coming to Facebook Gaming more and more and more. Right now, it's still a little bit of the Wild West, so you're seeing some more of this kind of like risk use of it, of thumbnails and people trying out and playing with different things, because they haven't completely tied those policies together yet, but they will eventually. So as AWOL, you were saying, don't get used to it. Ross, what's next on the list?
Sorry, I was distracted. Moving on. This is actually ironic. The comments, you guys in the comments actually predicted this one. Next one is playing copyright music during your streams. Obviously, this is a huge no-no, right, Perrin?
Actually, Facebook has a system for this. This is a no-no. Don't do it. But Facebook is working on a system for this. They already signed major deals with all the biggest record labels, and they're gonna allow Facebook Gaming partners, right now it's only select Facebook Gaming partners, to stream basically whatever music they want. I mean, they made a deal with like Universal Music Group, like all the big ones. So pretty much any type of music that you would want to listen to, it's going to be cleared on Facebook. This is going to be their competitive advantage over Twitch, because they have the power to leverage these business relationships. But for now, for you, Joe random streamer that has 1 to 5 concurrent viewers, don't do it. You'll just get flagged, and eventually you can get banned permanently from Facebook if you continue to stream copyright music. So don't do it, but work towards becoming maybe a Facebook partner, where then that feature could be unlocked. Hopefully Facebook Gaming is smart, rolls that feature out to just level up creators too. For now, that's not the case. So it's something to work towards. You can work towards being able to stream your music that you want to listen to on Facebook Gaming. That's an advantage on the platform over any other platform currently.
More stupid ways, Ross.
Talking too much about needing or wanting subs and stars. Again, people don't want to hear me just beg for money. That doesn't seem right.
Begging for money is your favorite thing, everybody. So just think about, let's take it outside of the context of a live stream. What are some of those kind of awkward interactions that you have in real life that make you feel uncomfortable? And those interactions include, has somebody ever asked you for money and then been really pushy about asking you for money? Someone who's homeless or somebody who's really like in a desperate situation. Think about how that made you feel. Obviously, if you have free bucks, give them the free money. But think about, just take a moment and think about that awkward feeling and that way that feeling that pushes you away when people are asking you for money in an unsolicited way, essentially. Also, salespeople that come to your front door and knock and try to sell you some crap, right? Think about the awkward feeling that gives you. And the overwhelming feeling that a lot of people have when somebody suddenly asks them for money is to push that person away, or to say goodbye, or to ignore them and try to get that out of your life and to try to get that out of your peripheral vision. That's the immediate reaction, right? Well, let's translate that feeling to a live stream. That is the worst possible thing that you would want happen on a live stream, is to push people away, to make them not view you anymore, to push their retention away, their engagement away, and to make them not feel comfortable being a part of your stream anymore. So don't ask for money. What you can do is you can tell people what the money means to you if you have a significant goal. And so that's something that you can do, because that's real, and that's telling a story about the money. So asking money, just for money, or constantly talking about the money just for the sake of the money, bad. Talking about what the money means to you in your life, that's good. So for example, if you're looking to upgrade your microphone or your camera, or you're looking to get some lighting or a green screen, or you need a new graphics card, it's okay to talk about those things and say, look guys, I do have a goal this month. I want to, $500. I'm trying to put that together because I really want to get a new graphics card so I can get my frame rate up in this game or whatever it may be. That is a story where their money turns into something of real benefit to you, and they can connect the dots on how their money will have an impact on you. But just talking about the money for the sake of money turns people off 100%. Don't do that. It should always be a story, and it should always be meaningful every single time. Back to you, Ross.
By the way, we are brought to you by Restream.io. I just tossed the link in the comments. Use that link to go get 30% off your first month. Stop focusing on growing on one platform. Start trying to grow on all of them in case one of the platforms just happens to go the way of Mixer. That way you're building an audience on every platform and not just relying on one. Also, AWOL just sent me a message and said he will grow his beard back out if you join using that link. So moving on, this is actually feeds right into it, streaming exclusively on Facebook Gaming. Perrin, you restream, correct?
I do, yes. I restream to Twitch, DLive, YouTube, Trovo, and Facebook Gaming.
Ooh.
And why though? Why would you do that versus just going live on one platform? Aren't you supposed to be exclusive to grow because that's what Ninja did, bro?
Yeah, that's what every successful streamer has done 15 years ago. Okay, so the name of the game is marketing. As a creator, you're actually at least 50% marketer, if not 75 or 90% marketer. If you want to actually grow, people need to see your stream. If you're going exclusive on one platform that has no algorithm and you're buried at the bottom of a giant mountain of boulders that you can't dig out of, aka Twitch, no one's ever going to see you. So you've got to multi-stream. You got to get as many, the goal, think of it this way, is getting many brand impressions, your gaming brand, getting as many brand impressions on the internet as possible. And Restream allows you to do that with not nearly the type of work that you would think that would need to go into doing 5 simultaneous broadcasts at the same time, right? The tool makes it so you get so much mileage out of your content. There's almost no reason not to do it. This makes exclusivity a thing of the past. You really shouldn't be aiming to be exclusive with the platform because the benefits are not good enough, although Facebook Gaming is certainly trying. You spread seeds out, plant lots of seeds, find out where you're getting traction. And when you start to grow and get some momentum, then maybe exclusivity could work for you. But as a beginning or medium-sized creator, we highly recommend multi-streaming. I've gotten so much growth from it personally because viewers who didn't like Facebook Gaming, but maybe they found me there, ended up going over to Twitch. It grew my Twitch numbers. It grew my Twitch concurrence. I was able to get more exposure on Twitch and get more eyeballs coming in the door on that side. I would get random people coming in through DLive that eventually then they would find themselves over to Facebook Gaming. It also gives your viewers control on where they want to watch you and what platform they like you on the most. If you're everywhere, it's likely you're on a platform that they like to use, and they'll watch you regularly because they're used to pulling up YouTube or they're used to pulling up Twitch every single day in their routine. You want to be a part of your viewers' routine. If you're only on one platform, if they decide they're not doing Twitch in their routine anymore, they're suddenly not watching you anymore. But if you're on YouTube, they can find you there maybe. So there's so many reasons. I could do a whole episode on this, guys. I could go on forever. You got to shut me out.
That's a stupid way to kill your streaming career. One takeaway I had from that was, if you want to grow as a streamer, people need to be able to watch your stream. It just seems like an interesting concept where if you stream somewhere where people can watch you, then they can watch you. So if you streamed where people watch stuff, like YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and Periscope and DLive and Trovo, then they can watch you. My mind is blown. I can't believe it. Moving on to the next one.
Imagine that. And finally, number 13 on our 13 stupid ways to kill your Facebook gaming page, spamming your stream into non-relevant Facebook groups. In fact, that's actually I know this is kind of your baby. This is actually a great way to not pick up viewers, but it's a great way to really piss off everybody in that group.
Yes. So I've tried this, by the way. I joined for old games. I joined like 200 gaming groups and stuff like that. And there's a bunch of people thinking that they can click their way to success and game the system by sharing to groups. That did work about 2 years ago. It used to actually boost your viewership. But now that the Facebook gaming algorithm punishes you when an impression is served of your stream and people don't click, spamming your stream into multiple groups at the same time actually hurts your growth. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you're streaming Mobile Legends like Perrin does, and he joined 50 Mobile Legends groups, and then he just suddenly pushes his stream to all 50 groups. Most likely, those groups have no idea who he is. They don't like him, and they're not going to click his stream. And so now you have an extremely low percentage of people clicking your stream when it's served to them. That is the worst possible thing you can do to your own stream. You're basically committing stream suicide, if you will. Where you're basically killing your stream instantly by serving it to this large group of people in these groups that don't like you, aren't going to click on it, have no idea who you are, they don't click, and that tells Facebook, this stream is hot garbage. I'm going to kill this, I'm going to cut this stream off, I'm going to turn off the host to this stream because it's crap. A very low percentage of people actually clicking it, and so it can absolutely crush you. Perrin, anything to add here as our algorithm guru?
Yeah, and I have a lot of experience with this as well. And there's great questions in chat. A lot of people are asking, if your viewers share it and that's not you, what is that like? So lots of my viewers share my stream to non-relevant places all the time. I think it has a less impact on you, but it can have an impact, but it's a little bit less than you as your page trying to spread your content specifically into other groups. I think Facebook has accounted for, to a degree, the need for sharing group spam. And for now, they're okay with it. This doesn't mean they're going to be okay with it forever. Yeah. So what I've done on my stream is I've told my viewers, I say, hey, I love that you share my stream. I definitely want you to continue to share it, but please share it to places that are relevant to Mobile Legends at the very least, or that you actually think that people on that group would want to watch it. Otherwise, it could hurt me in the algorithm. It could hurt my total streams reach. If you tell them that, it won't be perfect. You'll still get some new people coming in there and sharing you to random places, but it will help have more targeted shares. The general goal is you're not going to be able to control your viewers and you control your audience. You don't need to try. You just want to have them, for those of them who care, at least try to share you on places that are relevant where you can actually pick up some viewers and they can actually be helping you. And if they're sharing you in the first place, they want to help you. So just communicate that to them. I wouldn't worry too much about other people sharing your stream then. From don't stress about it, that you can't control them. And I haven't seen a huge negative effect from my viewers sharing it to random places. Just use your time to say something like I just said, and you should be good. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry too much about it, and just don't spam it yourself, then you're fine.
Perfect. We appreciate everybody tuning in today. We had a lot of questions in chat. Take that over to Twitter, by the way, and we're going to try and get back to everybody. We like doing it on Twitter because you're not the only person having that problem. There are so many other people sharing the same problem, so we can all learn and work together to grow each other's streams. If you're listening to the audio podcast, do us a favor and leave us a nice 5-star rating, maybe even a nice couple of words or something, because that really does benefit us. We will be back tomorrow. We're going to talk about some illegal things you should never do on your stream. Ooh. See you later, guys.
Legal? Illegal?